Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Conversations with Coaches. Up first this morning, I will be talking to Danielle Cutri from Fairmont State Acrobatics and Tumbling team. Danielle was named the head coach of the university about 1 month ago after serving as the assistant at Fairmont for years. Danielle takes over the head coaching role after serving as the assistant for the program since 2016, where she helped longtime coach Kristi Kiefer and the Falcons earn a trio of NCATA national championship appearances. She'll be joining me in just a second here. Was a part of this team, and she was an assistant coach, and during her time she was also very instrumental in the development of 2 NCATA All-Americans and 6 All-Mountain East Conference performers. During her 5 seasons as an assistant coach for the Falcons, she helped Fairmont State to a 25-17 overall record, including a winning record in each of her past 3 seasons. She was a 5-year member of the NCATA scoring committee and is also very actively involved in many aspects of the association. Prior to joining the Fairmont State coaching staff, she was a 4-time NCATA All-American as a standout for the Falcons on the mat and now has worked off the mat for them for years. In fact, in 2015, Danielle and Oregon's Tara Lubert became the first 4-time All-Americans in the association's history. She graduated from Fairmont State with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Health Science in 2015, and then continued on her education by obtaining a Master's of Arts degree in Coaching and Athletic Administration in 2019. So Danielle, I first want to congratulate you. Congrats on becoming the new head coach.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I know it's going to be so exciting, and we're going to be so excited to have you as the head coach. You've looked up to Kristi Kiefer for years here, and she's been a great example for you. So we're just going to start off with a quick little introduction to where exactly Fairmont is located and what division you guys would compete in.
Okay, so Fairmont is located in Fairmont, West Virginia. We are about 15 minutes from Morgantown and about an hour from Pittsburgh. We are Division II, and we are a part of the Mountain East Conference, which was the first conference to pick up the sport acrobatics and tumbling, and the first conference to hold a conference championship, where in 2019, Fairmont State was the conference champions.
That's great. So you've been involved with the team for years, as I was telling the viewers earlier, but what are some of your academic strengths at Fairmont State that make you guys stand out a little bit more?
So at Fairmont State, we offer over 80 different majors and concentrations, and we have many pre-professional majors as well. But within our program, ones that really stand out are nursing, business, national security and intelligence, and exercise science. We also have a nationally ranked education program, and we also have an aviation program, and we're the only flight school in West Virginia. So what's pretty cool is we have a freshman coming in from Florida who was accepted into this program, and she'll be learning how to fly a plane while competing in acrobatics and tumbling. So it's pretty exciting. We offer a lot of different majors, so I'm sure anyone who looks into the school could find something that they love.
So before this pandemic came into play last season, you guys had a undefeated record of 4-0. You had a really great season going for you guys, but what are some of the athletic strengths that you noticed within your team, whether it's back with being an assistant and just over the past couple years?
So honestly, this past year was it was definitely a building year for us. The year before, we had 11 seniors graduate, and they were like the bulk of our team. So this year, it was a really cool experience to watch this team overcome the adversity and the obstacles thrown their way. We went from having like 30 athletes on our team to 21. So it was so cool to see these athletes step up in ways that they have never stepped up before. So we had to really find motivation within ourselves and show the team like everything is possible. So strengths within our program, though, is we have a great strength and conditioning program. And throughout the years, Fairmont has always been known for our pyramids. And every year we try to throw something new into the mix or bring athletes in and be like, hey, let's try this out. And pyramids have always just been a really strong thing for Fairmont State. So those are a couple of our strengths within the program.
So how did you get involved with acrobatics and tumbling? How did it all begin for you back in the day?
So funny, this is funny. I actually reached out to Kristi Kiefer. I competed in competitive cheer my whole life. And one of my friends did the competitive cheer team at Fairmont. So when I came here, I thought I was trying out for the competitive cheer team. And they had 2 mats rolled out, and Coach Kristi was like, all right, so we're creating a new sport, acrobatics and tumbling, and we think you would be great. So I had a tryout. I was offered a spot, and within the next 4 years, like, I just fell in love with it. Like, I absolutely had no idea what I was coming into, because when they had their meets, it was cheerleading competitive season for me. So I had absolutely no clue what was happening. And I come in and they're like, this is what it is. And then I just really fell in love with it. And it's been an awesome journey.
So will you talk a little bit more about the significance for women to not only compete, but go on to make it a part of their career like you did? I know this sport is growing every minute practically that we can see. We're now an NCAA emerging sport. So just talk a little bit more about that.
So we always tell our athletes, you are creating history. Like, this is going to spread like wildfire. And when I started, there were 6 teams. And now there's over 30 something teams. So we tell our athletes it's growing. Like, you're a part of history. But I think the coolest thing is we have so many athletes come up to us. They're like, I thought I was done. Like, I thought my athletic career was over after college. And somebody reached out to me about acrobatics and tumbling and has opened up a whole new world. Like, you create friendships that'll last forever. I have friends all over the United States now from this sport. I mean, I'm in people's weddings. I tell my athletes, it's a family, like, here. And no matter where you go, what you do, acrobatics and tumbling will prepare you for that. You can become a coach. You can become a graduate assistant. You can become an official. You can become a volunteer assistant. You can continue to promote this sport even if you're not working with acrobatics and tumbling. So I just think it's like the coolest thing ever. And no matter what you do, acrobatics and tumbling will be a part of your life forever.
So one last question, as a new head coach, what are you hoping for the future of your own program now?
Oh my gosh, it's still so surreal to hear that. I always think about what Kristi has done for this sport, and she is really big on team culture, and Fairmont State is like a family. So I hope to continue, like, my goal is to continue to build onto that culture that she has created, and also to mold future leaders through the sport, to create just an everlasting opportunity for athletes to continue to find their voice, to lift each other up, and just really, I hope and pray that, like, one day someone will look back and be like, hey, Danielle, thanks for everything that you did. So I just hope to grow future leaders through this sport like Kristi has.
Thank you so much, Danielle, and thank you to everyone for tuning in to another episode of Conversations with Coaches. Up next at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be talking to Brittany Durham from Coker College. I am Emma Carmen, and remember, if you cannot tune in live, all of these videos will be on our social media at Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you again so much, Danielle. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.